All right, the day that Eric died, on March the day before he died, the 3rd, you guys went to lunch that day, didn't you?
Yes.
And you went to lunch at the Mirror Lake Cafe?
I believe that's where it was, yes.
And you kind of spent part of the day with him that day, didn't you?
Just that, at that lunch appointment.
All right. And then you got notice that he had passed, correct?
The next morning.
And did you send Becky Lloyd to Eric's house to pick up all of his computers?
At a certain point, yes. I don't remember when, but yes, she went and picked the computer up.
And was that within a day or two of his death?
Yes, it would have been within a couple of days.
And you didn't clear that with any law enforcement?
Didn't, nope.
So you picked up his computer, or Becky picked up his computer and brought it into y'all's custody, right?
Yeah, it was a C&E owned computer that we needed the company stuff from.
And did you get into the computer? Did you open it? Did you look for documents in it?
I don't know how to turn a computer on half the time.
Okay. All right, what about Miss Becky? Did she go into the computer?
Your Honor, objection here says go.
Do you know whether Becky went into the?
Sustained, if you could ask
I will.
a non-hearsay inducing question.
Did you see Becky go into the computer at all?
I did not see Becky.
Okay. And then at some point, a private investigator came to talk to you about that computer, correct?
Correct.
And that would be Mr. Todd Gabler.
Correct.
And Todd worked for the Richins family or the trust.
I don't know who he worked for, but I assume that's correct.
And you told him that Becky had the computer?
Correct.
And you sent him to get it from Becky?
I don't remember sending him.
Did you authorize Becky to give it to him?
We would have in that instance, yes.
Okay. And in all that time, no law enforcement had gotten the computer first?
Correct.
All right. And then isn't it true that shortly after Eric died, you also sent somebody to pick up his work truck?
Correct.
And explain to me what the work truck looked like.
Brown Ford 550 flatbed truck.
And I noticed you said earlier that work a lot of times involved driving around in that truck, right?
Correct.
So he spent a lot of time in that truck.
He did.
And the truck was parked generally in the garage in the back of his house. Is that fair?
I don't know where he parked it.
But you sent someone named, what was the person's name that you sent to go get the truck?
I don't recall who I sent.
Okay. Somebody named Victor?
I don't recall.
Okay. And he went to pick the truck up and took it out of the garage, right?
But if it was in the garage, then he would have taken it out of the garage. I don't know where it was parked.
Okay. And if the police testified that that truck was not searched when Mr. Richins died, to your knowledge, had anybody sought your permission to search it at all prior to you picking it up?
No.
Okay. And then you took it into your custody,
Yes.
and you kept that truck.
Yes.
You still have it.
Yes.
All right. He also drove a red truck, is that right? But like a personal truck.
Yes.
And did the C&E own the red truck?
Yes.
All right. And at some point, you found out that the red truck was being serviced. Is that right?
Yes.
How'd you find that out?
The Ford dealership called me and told me that it was ready to be picked up.
Right. And you knew that that truck was being driven by Corey Richins at the time?
It should not have been being driven at all.
Okay, but she had custody of it.
It was sitting at her house with instruction that it shouldn't be driven.
Okay. And when you
Well,
found out,
knowledge that it shouldn't be
I'm
driven.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
You're
thought
good.
you were done. You found out the truck was ready and you went and picked it up, right?
We went and got it, yes,
You
because it had been driven.
You didn't talk to Corey about it.
No,
You didn't discuss it with her at all.
no.
You just took it from the dealership.
It is a C&E owned vehicle. There is ramifications for an accident for somebody that's not working with C&E.
Okay.
And so it felt that it would be proper to make sure that the truck wasn't being driven
Where's the truck now?
in somebody's yard or house, or I don't know exactly where it's at.
Did you give it to Katie?
I did.
You gave it to her for free?
I did not give it to her, no.
You sold it to
It
her?
is owned by C&E.
So did C&E sell the truck to Katie, or did they
No.
just give it to her?
No, it's sitting at their home or their yard or their place.
So they had it. So the people who had access to the truck before any law enforcement ever looked at it were you, Katie, anyone in Katie's family, anyone at the dealership. Is that all right?
Say that again.
The people who had access to that red truck before there was any search executed were you, Katie, anyone in Katie's family, and anyone at C&E that picked it up?
Objection, Foundation.
Overruled. You can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, many people had access to that truck. If access is,
Okay.
they would have to be given the key and given permission to drive it.
So when Eric passed and his buy-sell agreement was executed and you gave the money to the court for the trust, then the company 100% became yours, correct?
Correct.
And is it fair to say that your personal net worth basically doubled at that point?
You could say that.
Okay. Since Eric's death, you've remained close with his family, is that fair?
Yes.
And you and your wife have accompanied Eric's family to court and sat with them during court hearings?
Yeah.
Court's indulgence for just, one question I did forget. The New York Life, that was who had your insurance for your buy-sell, correct?
Correct.
Were you aware of whether Corey and Eric had personal New York Life policies as well?
I don't know the answer. to
Okay,
that.
that's fine. Court's indulgence for just 1 minute, Your Honor.
Of course.